think the scale of the open beta could be, I think we could be seeing over 10 million a day easy. Like it really, at some point when the beta is doing really well and the game's getting a lot of traction and stuff, we're seeing 10, 20 million a day. It's possible. It's tough, but it's possible. And what I'm just saying there is then it would take, 3 days to burn out the entire amount of SRV2 that we have in that reality.
Do you guys know what the...
yeah.
Oh, sorry, I was going to say, do you guys know what the... because I don't know off the top of my head what Axie was doing on the daily or monthly. Do you guys remember what that was?
I can't remember. I
want to say it was in the 10 million range, probably at the peak.
It was in the 10. And that was like at its peak, right?
I think they had like 200 million in a month, so it's close to that. Yeah.
Yeah. So 7-ish million a day.
Yeah. Do you guys, how long do you think, because I don't, again, I'm going to be honest. I try to be objective and not just kind of say, just like say whatever. I don't see us hitting that number soon. Like, I think it's going to take some time. Maybe, again, this is complete speculation, but depending on how we go, maybe 6 months, a year, maybe longer than that to start hitting those numbers. Do you guys think I'm super conservative? Do you reckon we're going to hit those numbers a lot sooner than that? Like,
I give us 2 weeks.
Jesus, Scoriox.
No. Hear me out. I've seen gamers latch on to games like you wouldn't freaking believe. I've seen crypto people latch on to games like you wouldn't believe. All you need is the spark. The problem is that the big esports tournament or whatever, which is a good spark, is not going to happen till later. But I don't think it will take much. We've already got pro players and things that are really loving the game and enjoying it, all the rest of it. There are lots of big YouTubers that have their eyes on it as well. I don't think it'll take much. I've got to be honest. I don't think it will.
Objectively, for us to reach the peak of Axie, you reckon 2 weeks? Like, objectively? I know 2 weeks is probably a piss take, but...
It's a little bit of a piss take, but I think we're going to be, no matter what I say, I think we're going to be surprised. That's really kind of what I'm saying here. I think no matter what you say, 6 months, 12 months, 2 months, I think no matter what anyone says, everyone is going to be surprised. It's not going to go the way you think. And I think I'm not saying that surprise is going to be less than we expect. I think it's...
I was going to say, you're saying 2 weeks, the surprise is 1 week. Damn!
I think it's going to be higher. No, my 2 week statement was saying that it was going to be a surprise.
Yeah.
I think everyone's going to be shocked. But I don't know how long that shock's going to take, but I think it's going to happen. I think no one's going to...
What do you reckon, man? Like, how long do you reckon it's going to take for us to hit the peak of Axie? Because it seems like we all agree it's going to happen. Based on like the product that we have, it seems like it's almost impossible for it not to happen. Yeah, go for it.
Just quickly, Steppen took, I think, 3 months less, and I think it surpassed Axie.
No way.
It's a different type of game, but it didn't take much. It was a different genre too. I consider Illuvium a different genre, so just worth considering.
Yeah, maybe I am just super conservative. Yeah, Daraji, what do you think, man? I know like timeframes are just us kind of putting it out there. It doesn't mean much, but...
I'll say I'm more on the conservative side. And I think for me, it's more about getting, like, you want strong adoption of paid players, but then you need to ensure retention of paid players. And I think that's the challenge with the Axie model that is so different with what Illuvium is doing. And especially given the broader non-crypto community sentiment of the crypto market right now, I think that is the tough sell for a product that is still tied to crypto. And so it's breaking that stigma and making sure that you're communicating to this audience. And like I tweeted at Frobe shared something the other day and I shared back. It's like, what will really make the difference in when we know Illuvium has made it is when we have gamer friends sharing this Illuvium thing. And in the first 30 seconds of they pitch, they don't say earn, NFT, or blockchain. It's like, it's just this cool game that I want to play. And to them, the less you make it feel different, the more you make it feel like what they're used to, the stronger that adoption and retention is. I just think the more we tie it to crypto and that broader sentiment right now, like that's what we almost have to break to really hit that true mainstream. And that's where we're going to peak.
Yeah. And I think it's because I completely agree with you, but it's like, it's interesting because it is different, right? Like the whole ownership of assets is different from what people are used to. But the moment they hear that, their mind kind of switches off and they're like, nah, we don't want to, like, so it's finding that balance of, like you say, like presenting it as what they know, but also kind of informing them of that it is better, but finding that balance of how to do that. And yeah, I think it's
but it has to be that order too. It has to be, it's fun, I like this thing, and you get to own the asset. It's in that order that's where you get mainstream.
I completely agree.
I think to clarify, in my head, the Axie Infinity peak is very different to the Illuvium peak. I think the Axie Infinity peak is where Illuvium hits on its step to way, way higher. But you're right, every game does go through retention ebbs and flows. We're going to hit this point where Illuvium does start to dip a bit and lose off some of that retention. And then the idea is that the next set will come in. And
the next set, the next game, whatever it is. And that's why Illuvium is actually really... That's why, I've got like a really good like belief in Illuvium as a whole IP, just because they can do so much with the characters. They've got so many ways to kind of reach out and spread out and keep it relevant. Like just putting like a fun Mario Party style game, a Mario Kart type game. Mario really makes good games. But just like there's so many ways to kind of keep people interested in the IP. So, and then you have the diehards that only play the original auto battler. You have the diehards that only play like the Mario Kart version. So I think they're really building it up. And like if we say that we have a 5 to 10 year time frame on Illuvium, I think that's a really good place to be in, because I feel like the opportunities are insane.